Enyume so my yama hwefo nyina adwo na yama mo akwaba. Good evening. Ya say share bi mu wo the Harvesters Online Network. Ya tena see there na ene memrenda enyume mgidi ye say obi ahoye. Ebedi apomoden ho komo. Enti mesere se de ye ne da no. We call the Harvesters Online Network. Our Facebook. Na wa like page no na wa share. Na fe enkomo ni mu nso comment. Now they are to us, will be comment to us, back in kind, at the amount. The Harvesters Online Network, our YouTube, and so now I call share. And also so subscribe and also like it. Now we just comments I was see. And you may yet not see the baby and common at the fat cancer crumb. That they home now crumb. That they home common, no who been here see ya or been for any name before a banner crumb cancer home commodia. Obetimi aboa nti enne ye wo yentem mesos Beatrice Oforiata or ye registered general nurse or public health nurse and afi nurse specialist family health or Negel Memorial Adventist Hospital and a yenino AD enkomo me so ye frame me oba pa adwoa adobia me na metena konwe mu e ye de nkomo no abro nti free sa abreya don hwe ye de yenim wana no ne e ya pomode nkomo ene ye bedi nti yen sa ebre no ye be ma ye maami akwaba science of maami. Oh maami, good evening.
Good evening, Adubia.
Na apomwe
nyame adome ho ye na wo
nyame adome so ye da say to nsafre waba.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome. You're most welcome. Okay, yen sebre no ene ye nkomo twetwe ni mu no say ye kase cancer. Bebe bisa say what is cancer? Cancer
okay. Medasi inti yeka cancer broni beka se eye abnormal proliferation of cells menjani answer ye bebubu mun kete. What it means ne say all cells, the human being is made up of cells which turn into tissues and then systems na ebeye nipano inti yeka se abnormal growth a se bibi any out of the ordinary. Baby, a normal growth, it grows within certain parameters. But obehu say abnormal, obehu say it doesn't follow the normal order. Na nunkwa ase atene ho na ya de foforo. Inti ye kaso bi enya kokkrama de ye kire ne say tissue bi ana organ bi e wo baabi no. Afe ye hu say cells bi aba ho a eno no se ne enyin na ye hronko. Broni beka se ate free. Enyin dododo ntentem. Eno so a cells na enyin ni ensi abutre enyin ye o. But ubehu se enyin ana ewo. But omo a ewo no so omo a omunyin se na esi se omunyin na edoso woni pa no ne wedie mu. Ene ne nipedie mu. Eno ane bro for tenten na ya mote se ye ka se cancer no.
Okay. Enti cancer no den na spread kwan ben so na fa so spread wo nipadua ni.
Okay. Enti ye were types of cancers.
Okay.
Broni say ye were benign cancer and ye were malignant cancer. What it means ne say there are two types. Some cancers spread, others do not spread. Okay. They remain within the cavity where they are found. For instance, commonly, obeka say, your friend is saying, your mom, you see, when you have fibroid. Fibroid is a form of cancer.
Wow.
Yes.
Hey,
most people, but it's a form of cancer. What you realize, and say with fibroid, it stays within the uterine cavity. Into a would you know cancer the betna, and baby fufro. So we call that a benign cancer. It stays within a defined space. But your cancer BB a malignant, it grows beyond where it's found. For instance, so be better to know when you have breast cancer. With time, no sa breast cancer no, a bit to me spread ya on the lungs, a bit to me spread ya on the nipa kwa nina, and when your friend is a malignant because it spreads.
Okay, ntina chese baby a cancer ne ba no.
And not necessarily, but how it behaves, whether it spreads or it does not spread. Okay. Yes, that is how you determine whether it is benign or it is malignant.
Okay. Nti your cancer do was saying. You want to be a minimum breast cancer.
Yeah, cancers, there are cancers at also. Can I name them? There are so many cancers.
Wow.
But usually, I said, yeah, agidin baby, where yeah, baby, I away, breast cancer, but you was cervical cancer, you were cancer of the throat, you were chest, whichever part you can think of, there can be a cancer.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. So cancer no lifestyle and I deba and I say nipeduana ne developing.
Okay. Into the can say so there is no known cause of cancer. We don't know say this particular thing in a cause of cancer. However, there are predisposing factors. For instance, just like you mentioned, genetics plays a part. In some cancers like breast cancer, it will be a friend in BRCA1, ne BRCA2. Most families, what happens, they said, the women or the men in that family, you will inherit the BRCA1 or BRCA2 genes from your family. And so you have it in you, predisposing you to getting cancer, breast cancer in future. However, lifestyle also plays a role, So for lifestyle, we'll talk about a weight. The bigger you get, the more you stand the chance of getting cancer. Also, we have, like I've said, family history, which plays a role. We have sedentary lifestyle, not exercising enough plays a role. We have your diet, which is also very key. Eating diet high in salts, fats, and sugars will predispose you to getting cancer. However, if you eat a healthy diet, like we say in the Adventist church, if you are temperate and you eat the right things, more fruits and vegetables, more of the herbs, we are sure that that kind of lifestyle also reduces your risk of cancer. And also, not smoking and not drinking has been found, and also reduces your chances of cancer. It is a way you be a one mensa, and as a way you be a sebe, one we won't cigarette near dear, Sanya money in Nama or Hukwai, say will be cancer. So there are certain lifestyle choices which can actually predispose you to getting cancer.
All right. So why is cancer on the rise?
$1 million question. Yes, so we'll say basically, you can see that our lifestyles have changed. Some years back, how many of us had cars? Well, growing up, most of us walked to school. We walked back home and all that. But these days, you're seeing almost everyone has a car. Afi, how many times do we actually have time to exercise? Our diet patterns have changed. A couple of years ago, you would have said, we were eating healthier. We were not into the fast food. We're not in this fast world where we are eating our pizzas and our lasagna. We are eating everything they are eating in the Western world. And all these changes have impacted in the rise in cancer. And also take note to say, sometimes in our part of the world too, it's because of certain things people are doing. Like the farmers, they are using these herbicides and then fertilizers on plants. Ideally, say you use fertilizer and a herbicide on planter, it's supposed to take at least 3 days before we harvest. But nipa knows or no gain is equal benya. So when you see fertilizer no plant so for 3 days now. And one best say in the plants, the bar marketer, sorry, it will not be attractive enough. And so people won't patronize it. So now people are just spraying all kinds of funny chemicals on these fruits and vegetables and then harvesting them and bringing them straight to us in the market. Yes, we are and so we might not take time to wash it well, and this can cause diseases for us.
So on genetic, Mamin Sandra back, you say, obi a obusuani bi enya breast cancer lifestyle no living in a good way said the now what you know still no obenya bi anase.
Oh, okay. So it is 50-50.
Okay.
So sometimes these things, when they are genetic, there's not much you can do about it. Well, you living a lifestyle and taking certain actions will actually decrease your chances of getting that disease. But sometimes it may not actually affect it. So once you inherit the genes, sometimes there's very little that you can do. However, we know that if you live a healthy lifestyle, it increases your prognosis or your chances of the disease having a negative effect on you. Typical example, I'll say in Ghana, is Stephanie Benson. I don't know how many people who know her. Yes, Stephanie has a history of cancer. Akosie Japan, sister Penny. And so they have, she's a breast cancer advocate. She's shared this several times. So her grandmother died from breast cancer. Her mother died from breast cancer. And what it means is genetically, all of them are predisposed to getting breast cancer. She knowing where she's coming from, she takes impeccable care of herself. She's into exercise, into diet. She does all the right things. And she even went for a double mastectomy. And then they said, "Oh, na breast cancer ne behani. Ti wakoma sebi ye ne nufu mienu nyina wo ho." Ye wama ye because usually if you inherit the gene, sooner than later it will rear its head. Into wokona say ye na ye construct ombetumi a plastic surgery, so it looks like a breast with your skin. But it's not that. So she's done all those things and she's living her best life. I mean, her mother died at I think 54, but she's past that age and she's still healthy and strong. So there's evidence that you may inherit the genes, but then when you take the right actions, it limits your chances of getting cancer.
All right. So what is the most common cancer in Ghana?
Breast cancer. Breast cancer in Ghana is one of the most commonest of cancers, yeah.
Okay, so how is cancer treated? Say, obinya cancer na oba hospital a kwan ben so ne yefa so a yesa cancer.
So like we've said, we have what we do surgery. Now my classical example to say we talked about fibroids. So when you better so be in fibroid or by yes surgery mano. So surgery is one way of treating cancer. We have radiation, radiotherapy, we have chemotherapy, that is drugs. So there are a series of things that we can actually take or do to someone to help treat or cure their cancer. If not cure, then we try to manage their cancer. Yes, for them.
All right. My young Kayeti for saying our topic for discussion, cancer. Cancer in general. Cancer hold one different was a dose of cancer. So any questions, the comments be out to Facebook, Harvesters Online Network, and YouTube Harvesters Online Network, or the 2 our questions and then contributions so out the 2 are not so people says cancer curable.
Depends on which cancer you have.
Okay.
So like I said, like some cancers are curable. Say you fibroid, mawa, your fibroid is gone, so you are cured. However, some cancers cannot be cured.
Okay, now so, the training for kakra.
Oh, kafra. Oh, that's a na mano neha.
We are sending messages so I
Pacho mo fan chembe aya na mano neha. Oh, kakra. Inti cancer no you to me esabi. Ebi so wo ha yen to me nsa.
Okay.
Typical example, say when you leukemia, umoja na cancer no.
Okay. Umoja na so cry cancer to me baby.
Umoja na cancer to me baby say cancer ba umoja ma yen to me drain umoja nyina ya fa umoja fufuru ngo. So some cancers are curable, but not all cancers are curable.
Okay, because at other said ye omo aya no omo ka unya cancer there ye went me treat you
Oh, okay.
I am hihye ne saa de ne kra timi ma ebo nipa ne hu kra ntentem so ano woko but ebi wo ho so na se wonya cancer no a was spiritual be breast cancer was spiritual na wo de tete ho saa obedru hospital no that why of mommy fa no no nhyem wo ho
Aduvia. Mastery. OBC, I laugh.
Yeah.
And Boba Hospital are now tinsem.
Okay.
So far, Ghana mum dear, maintain so beer or how when you are really serious. And the lifestyle net the buy. Obibia, yan yana, a yahoo masem. And now be a year no so that ye any year tinsem. But the omokano. Efa ehuhu mu de ye ni huhu many ebetumi aye no credit but we know more about the physical aspect say there are things that happen it's not always like ehuhu masem say wunya cancer na wotu hu anamon entem oba hospital any bia but the world has evolved. If you are seeing your koye anymore, there are so many things. Chese niema abano, ebe ye wahudri. Niema bebre wakwa ye betumi aye, especially se woba ntema ama wenya nkwa. Ye wonkofu menya Stephanie America na semi wenya cancer no twice, breast cancer no. Otwitwa ne nufu nyina echi o cancer na but twice. So still ye treat ya ma no morte ho. Because ono nim dadanti otu ho na mo wontem nti se wonya cancer na wo de wo feel say eye honhom yare mpa bra hospital mayema wonro enro na ye de be ma ono fa wo fa nyina na wo bompa ye ka ho ebeye adwuma kama ma watina ho ache na emmom se wo de hye wadwen mu se eye obi na eyew na ye ne wo kwa sorry we na we free ha na okọ ha mesre bisro ka se wonche bebre anhwa na nyame atonsa afro aha so wonim se eye honhom yare mpa wo de bra hospital fa hospital ejo bompa ye ka ho bibia be ye fine. That's all I can say.
All right. So for mama, cancer no your symptoms are obina because before and sound obeko hospital you detect so cancer no signs be show on the body more and be man say when you cancer ya
okay we are why there pa inti as a general rule oba health by you will be a friend say caution a acronym a ye to tell us about general signs and symptoms of cancer. Inti bra wabosi mepese mede ebe femu kakra. Inti caution ena ye kanu CAUTION, that is it. And it's an acronym. The C stands for changes in bowel movement. The asechrene say obi wo cancer na se cancer ebe yinitia. One of the general signs and symptoms say senya oja ne nan efa no saa suban ne sesa. Inti obi wo ho a ebia obehu so obenya diarrhea. Obi so wo ho a ne de ebe sesa ebe ye constipation. Eno nche se mesrem. Eno nche se unya diarrhea na constipation na nche se wo enya cancer. But one of the general signs and symptoms no abibi e nche se wo benya no obehu se ebia kwan a wo fa so gya wo nan during a period of time asesa I die too much and asa afi de ho aye din pa. That is one sign. Another one is a sore that does not heal. Haidie ma membo so ye enti binom wo ho a obehu se wobenya kro ana wobetu kro bi wo ho saa ekro na obetu wo ho ne ekro no enwuda enti se
kusi kro no
wo se kro no obehu se da won sa ho a eno a enhye da anya wo ya that is the thing about it. It's not painful. Yeah, say ya dia won to mint na nti wo beba hospital na wa be kan wasem we de obetu kro bia na kro no kran nya wo ya ba obehu se kro we ya da mensa ho ache ba obeka se o debi cha na enye hwe ebekọ na webu wani egu ho ekro awo wo ho a 1 year na ekro ne nko ya mepa chow enye normal. So a sore that does not heal, that is a classical sign. Say ebetumi aye kokram ana say cancer, especially man no munya breast cancer no beka chow so antinez me hu say kro bi atom menufo ho but na menufo na enya me ya nti na minim say beko but ma hwa enko nti hu say ekra to wo baby na ache na enko a mesrewa bra hospital na yen show afe ye wo unusual bleeding ye drew you no nti so obi benya cancer afe ye tumi hu say ebi no mo ha obeka se obleedi abnormally,
okay,
especially ebia emano senior ochima obehu se ebesesa ana so obi mpo wo ha enye senior ochima mpa afi obehu se wo ha unusually obi wo ha moja free ni hwinim obi wo ha ne sin ne num moja free ho or fi weird things notice say there's unusual bleeding bia me pa chow. Kindly suspect or think about it, say it could be cancer. And afi wo ha ubehu say there's thickening into obi wo ha especially sebi wenu fu ho omo munya breast na your common into I keep going back to that omo wo breast cancer no ubehu say wenu fu no honam na wo ho na sesa eye ti say ekutuo fantefo say ekutu sare
okay,
o say wo ekutuo bi ye wo ekutuo bi wo ha ensuo nim ne ho no den na ho say holes wo ho good obi benya breast cancer normally sana ne skin ne skin ne wo behu say ne texture no go to say the agui afi na as skin no a thicken ana ye barrier to say sa ekutuo no ho in fact wo sa dot na aye we ekutuo ho no kra wo nipa yes inti say wo say there's unusual thickening of your skin emema no so wo omo testes ho ana so omo scrotum ho eno so omo benya cancer wo ha wo say ho so skin na wo ho no are unusually thickened inti say wo bibi sa kai na who say ebetimi aye a sign of cancer afesi your indigestion yeah we dey nyina ye nya bio na ene de ye say cause cancer ai obi wo ha so benya cancer one of the signs or tie onya ye indigestion into ase wo say bia so didi a ase duane gina nebo ase eduane na digest me pacho it's another sign. And I say an obvious change in a mole or what? Fitiwi. My dream was me say na mo ye can trees sing. Na mo ye can fantasy. It was your for mommy when I wait and then yemre. Fitiwi my dream was me person me who send ya ye come mola na what? Me who into ye come mola. Yan fancy enye pimple but once obi wo ha ye wo skin ne skin no ebinom to me friend skin tag ase honam no yes enyin kakra wo ho aha obehu se obi wo ha obehu se afi wo ha obehu se sa honam no o na eye kitwe bi na wo ho esi ho kama ebi kra esi beauty spot ewo ho a obehu saade no eye kese afi ye spread once a obehu se eye kese na spread no it can be a sign obvious change and yes aye kese kitwe bi o yes say obvious change wo hwa obehu se ne color no say ye brown as say obehu se ye black afi obehu se eye kese than normal usually it can be a sign of cancer. Afei, yɛse a nagging cough. Nagging or persistent cough. That can also be a sign of cancer. Especially, to say, smokers, cancer of the lungs near the a classical sign will be that you'll be coughing. Into who will be wabowa or se mabowa beye 5 years in me ko hospital mama me dra na asa kofom kakra na asanyaba me pa show. It can be a sign of cancer. Into would call hospital. But more than ya kasa wati we will baby. We be to mine wo doctor edi hum komo. No so se na dwen ma so a watwe na dwen egina so. No ma yen hwehwe mahwe. All these things ayakano can be signs and symptoms of cancer. They are not definite, but they can be. After there are other signs. For instance, who say usually a cancer say obinya cancer. That part of the body now to say cancer no one. It is usually warm to touch. So activity of course or also. Good. Inti sene nufa obe hu se sebi onu ankasa te ho na so de ne nsa ka ne ti na de ne nsa ka ne nufu hu se ase me nufu ho ai inti your friend is saying change in temperature can also be a sign. So there are quite a number of things that it can be an indication of a cancer, but they are not definite. Tembia Mumra Hospital, Intina yo hono mama yen ye juma nyo, Mumra na yen yam lab, Mumra na yen feeling mo, Mumra na yen she, na yen hwehwe mo nhwe. Say a cancer answer, mentally fee, na won ka say o nya cancer. Okay.
Okay. And the metie dey okay, so that ignorance also can ho na cancer na ye kese because ohun symptoms ya o ka say e bia e betimi aya o enya hwe we be ko.
No credit, ignorance is a big rule, and especially in our part of the world, we like to stigmatize in for.
Okay.
Say obi hu say sebi ye nu ebi enya cancer. Obi hu say ebi a wuti anye ya na wakoka. Say sorry ana efie na wo munte ye. Yesi we nya cancer o. Afi kwanya ye fa so ni nipa ni relate no na asesa inti most people no krani so no an put ho na ohwe ne ho na wenya cancer osuro so obeka because ochina obi bekọ akogina ho aka ne bibi obi kwaware ne ba na yaka asimesi ba ni fie kokra mo ho en ware no. So all these things are things that ekoso wo your society ni mu. Inti a manko form ma out. In the ignorance, no so de no crepa. We part of the world, and most people on more educational level no form. Inti who baby a crona a that one so a kia na a cray that one some we ask them call or be say titin num kakra. Fire we see a friend say be sick home fatosu a beko or be say titishe fatosu. If your doctors normal also change or more macro school near better solution. Into all these things ne affect it amount of what's nephew. Into ignorance there it plays a great role in why people get cancer.
Antones, obi beka say bia kokrame ade a sha se se ba no. Kwan amofa so na mo bo hu dero no. E ma e de hu beto manfo so like ma mefa HIV AIDS in your example. Mama dey ni hu nti eno na the stigma no e ba ha so enye anu nti na ama obi nya ene ma menta mma bi ekumu ya na ekumi na me ko
adobia yeti haka ba yare dey yare o and then any biaba
sure
nti it wasn't like they were exaggerating, but back then now HIV was a big deal. So when we are no mononumanesu in your kakra be no manum 8 a day, it was not easy. Inti naturally, me nurse no cry yare be ni ye nyina ye ko hospital apara ne ti say na yare we nko ade ye kwa eduro ne ti say nti they all didn't have that much knowledge and ebu wo wi asi wo ho so naturally no be astro so I think say back then ye exaggerate kakra nti eno so ka ho na ama nkofo esuro no however it wasn't the fault of the practitioners because yare no ehu saa na cancer so ehu wonim nipa ne kama onam ho afeye beju baby na waka skin and bones moya ne hweye nyeye wa wo hwe nipa no wankasa otumi hu nipa no ne tibia owoma in fact enye say ye ti he me kai say ye nurses ya ye try exams dako ye wo hwa ye mate bi ye hu na check akra na almost say ye try exams ye ti hwa ye this sister yi bae no krani nyamenim ni ye nurses die ba hu so biara ho because na ye hu na check akra na wo hwe ne sister ni before ene senia wayete wa chese ehu oba ye mpo common pen kra we ntumi mpo yi amfantro nti yare ne die no krani ehu enye se ye ka ne keke nti esise ye nyina abo ye ho ban na yenye bi because yare a enna form sa
okay until as cancer in general your age group bia omunya and also be atinya cancer
okay previously na ye say cancer we na ye cancer we started from above 40 pepacho ene de enye no kru ukokolebu akwala ya wo nene ekope mabrewa wedi 100 omunyina obi anya cancer so as it stands now everyone is at risk just to say we know say generally people above the age of 40 years, the rates are higher. But that doesn't mean, say, if you are not 40 years, you cannot get it. So when the 40 crowd to mean cancer, and then 15, 4, 13, 4, 10, 4, omunyine cancer until be to mean cancer. Aha.
Now, we share a man and mema if one in cancer pa.
Yeah, na ye dosu nti maya na ye tanya. E kwan bia se ye dosu nti ya na ye tanya cancer. Aha nti between men and women the ebeka se man na ye tanya cancer.
Right. As of mama ye share education na the reborn cancer no a. I said drew breast cancer no a ma ho de no soro. There's an many be a dress and you do mad the any dear. My work kind of the whole month, yes, a pink month. Yeah, funny, but said the okay, your cancers be brew. Mosha, Muderu bore on cancer awareness. Maybe a more drew no yeah.
So on a more honest note, I say 2 or 3 years, 2 years ago. Me call sorry me share ya na obi to say breast cancer month there no symbol no
yes
but this time round it was blue ti me hu nam call ne nchen am say then badge na ebo wa kokui e ha hwe me din no say so of my minty winning nam see o minimum can me be so say prostate cancer nam say boy where dey me who be the na ye nyina ye start say yes even we as nurses no me say na me who so obia ye prostate cancer broach that till that time so generally na say breast cancer no in our part of the world in our aging California. Into most of the time that is what I say ye bohu de ro ye trumpety. But I say other cancers notice say last week you celebrating World Cancer Day. How many people na a team for say so cancers ye can no last week na you celebrate it is General Cancers Day. aha, that was it. But how many people now actually almost observe it? But because I choose a whole month of October for breast cancer, as I ye dare born a cohort case, but I feel send ya me yen wahi sakra. Ye be bohu dare.
Yeah, every sen I say so cervical cancer so and who the reborn a costum kakran. As a baby, a farm ma hono. Ya na mani je ho pa na we ja mama ne so won ko
ejume ema yunkwa wo nursing mo mo ye 99 na mama ne ye 1% nti and more so no say women are always considered as vulnerable. Nti generally there are more donors they are willing to donate towards women's cause. But as a mama ne dey ayana
time hospital
no more crowd donors no crowd more bonti. I say BBR concerning women and children we trumpet it more, but I think it's high time we trumpet all.
Okay. Obi baby say traditional medicine it's me the treat cancer. Obi on say bibi droid no na
$1 million question. Debbie.
Okay.
A baby drew. And yen can't say a baby drew new patcher 84. Yes, a baby drew but what source of baby drew no For instance, here was Center of for Research Mampong into plant medicine. Omuye hospital what day. Se wo mpese wo befa hospital edra wo kwa yare bia omo wo nedro wo ho. But eno no ma yen hwehwemu ehu se we chemical we na wo leaf we mu omo scientists edwuma omo ya no. But sebe omo aye kwaji omedro wo inkrasini adebe. What is the guarantee se nipa no onim de oye? There have been cases omo akwache nkofo obi wo ho a na wa hye eduro no na wanyam ebi apara egumu bebre. Yes, omo nyam omo ba nti na nyanse mu no opese eduro ni ye edwuma nti okọ hospital na wakọje hospital eduro ni bebre na wanyam omo so omo mfa dosage bi anto ho na ode egu herbs ni mu na wa serving as a bibiduro a ode ma obi me pacho Yenjin they say baby drew to miss breast cancer for now. So person will you see a baby drew near command pong. A one almost yes say drew no. So almost the mama we drew say we to miss breast cancer. Ye gidi say oh my ye shim no me. But en ya mampong na so be near ya brewa. Yes sir wa so be to me in Kamenum. Wo the Benum hospital the na ya ye shim ehu edru chrono. Aya normally eno beboa wo chain dia wo bekwa akwaje eduro no wo bi ho anom no.
Okay. Bibidro ni bi wo ha ndie cap ba kone ya shama no nyina e wanom susu ye bi enda. Okay. Ye wo cancer no in stages. Nti obi be bisa say is cancer curable?
Okay. So usually yaka we po cancer no it depends on the type of cancer. In how early we detect it. Into cancers now curable. No say you detect cancer no intema. Get to me so ano intentem. Breast cancer, cervical cancer. Sewuba hospital intema ye to me so ano intem kwa. Sa semia kofa cervical cancer be muma menka asem. Cervical cancer vaccine aba. Enkofo nenam no more kase enye vaccine papa ebusiafo enye nokre se wenya baba on start when wo baba on starting ne be man hia ma on wo panie ni bi panie ne nye panie a eya de bone eye panie a ye wo na aboye man ho ban free cervical cancer ho inti se wo ban wo bi a ma onko na onko wo bi na ebeboa onu ankasa ne dachi.
Okay. Before answer ye beba curable no. De wo ka no. Say so that yen so kra ye ka ho na ye ma yade no kɔ anim.
And
for instance, COVID by say yes. ho nti mo obi anwo cervical cancer omo bon de ro so omo de be ko schools ne ade bi wo ha wo mpene kra de bi me ba de so as a health practitioners mo bom ho modern say ubesi ade na no kwan a mutu ba ko a so ya twemo aba ekire ba ekire
no credit eye ba ko pe yeah health sector na brebebre me kai say be 2 years ago omuhu say girl child ema besia ne bebre especially omo government schools no almost start so omubu omunsa obehu so omo nya ade wo school inti omo ye nhwehwem no omuhu say most of them omo nya anemia ana so omo moja esote inti omo de folic acid ebaye any your friend is saying mojedru say ye nchiche wo from was it class 4 to JHS yen farman kwale ye kwose ye de koma teacher for say ye be ma wo family planning me catcher ye sama programming it didn't stand teachers ne ye kwa almost say omate obi abeka catcher almost say ye family planning omo de nsem keka say ya de go programming ema ye mama yi omo te ho omo ko school a bebre omo mojanye efie na e ho odin inti oko school no onye duane papa bi endi inti ye koma omo mojedro na aboa wo no menya moja no metumi esua de ne ye de nsem keka say ya ye de say no ebio ne cervical cancer injection ya be and your questions wo kwa no obi afrew ai me momu womu ina ye nkofo bi no mo di aba aduanum until when inti ye betina hwa na yewu ansa na yehu se eniema we nka ye betumi esia no imagine se wo baba na panie wo ho a obetumi awo na abo ne ho ban efi cervical cancer na de obi kanti wa ma wanwo afi wo baby ni akọ enyim kakra no na afi wenya yare bi will you be proud of yourself na nipa no otuufo no ono de wa ma ne ba wo na ne ba be ye graduate na wo ba no we free wonsa yes yen fan ye mai ma wo banwo so bi no ono de osienye edwuro papa montina ne fie wo de ma wo bawo.
Okay, all right. And since maybe besides cancer a deadly disease before answer will be ya no ma kind messages kakra wo YouTube. Okay. Kingsley Mensah was say good evening, I'm being educated, thank you. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Fiona Bruni Sefa was say insightful and I say Letitia Opoku Kobna was say well educated, God bless you. Emmanuel Eshen was say when should I get tested for cancer? Then the Emmanuel Eshen then you win our fame. Family and so to us.
Okay. Emma cancer test the any date for hospital. Who bet me a catcher or doctor. I don't know which cancer or person will test for. But for every cancer, no your parameters. Into you bet me a request lab some more, depending on the outcome of your labs. No, if it is necessary, you will be screened for cancer. Into cancer screening the any date, anytime, any day. Feel free and walk into a hospital. Okay, doctor wo nurses wo you bet me a screen you.
All right. Me say you might say then yamra me question also.
Okay. Cancer there a subtle killer, a very deadly disease. Now send ya meka no and you always in a mawo obvious signs. Enti nipa bebre wo ho mu behu no na ani o mu adrechi. Okay. Aha nye tem bia na te se ebeye wo ya. Ekuro ne da ho kra enye wo ya. Enti wo wadwea ne se o we na enye hwe. Ade no mola na wat no eye kese no enhye da anye wo ya wo ba we hu se eye kese wo skin na wo nufu ho ana bibi no tekin emu eye den a it doesn't come with pain into usually no ebe fawo ebe also enye hwe Inti wo behu no na edru echi ebe false rupture pe. Inti cancer dey a very subtle and deadly killer. Enye yare a yedi ne di agro kra.
All right. On genetic no, men come back view. Betimi amba se muni family history bia so obi enye bi. A obi betimi enye bi wo ebusua no.
Me pacho I. What is impossible under the sun? Bibia ye possible. Inti obi wo hɔ a na ebusua kan obi ne maami enya cancer ne auntie bia nya bi da eso no nkwa. No ye first person a wenya cancer. Inti etumi si. Inti enyo always say wo ebusua mu nkwa na wonya. Impo say ni wo ebusua mu a wotumi nya cancer on your own.
As a wow, bet me I first person.
Why? Maybe I know one the first person. No.
Okay, we may discuss what actually kills the cancer cells.
What actually kills them?
Yeah.
Hey, what a question. Inti, in America, you were different treatments. Ebi ye surgical removal. Inti to say fibroid be kind. You to me fibroid nifia woody anymore. Breast cancer, you to be a mastectomy, you try to phone you free wa, or be or higher, yet in tema, it to me save, you know, into your surgical removal. And there will be a friendly radiation. Radiation, so your choir, your fasua, and also ukwa being for and also fasu equal cancer cells. After you work chemotherapy, so ye drugs, yes, cytotoxic drugs are you do cancer cells. Inti kwanya you cool cells need depending on the type of cancer when you type method you be fast with you cells.
All right. Inti yet me treat you will be cancer. I'm on the samba view.
Patchwine. It to me sipa.
And no, at the end of the bar.
Yamen kwan anymore. Aha, and to say because so be to say Stephanie Benson, she was treated for cancer, but the cancer came back. Aha, a sipa almost free baby remission. Obi wo ha cancer need to make up for na afi asan amaniti so. But well, like I said, say a man is tissue bio na ye sign money treatment in tema. Nipa bebre and pain bebre to me boawo na ma cancer no.
Okay, so to say baby I hear one, and fan say first no, you say obi we HIV/AIDS now or what? The vaccine be. I said this time around the near mass society and to sabi. Obi will be na say be or fair fra now what? The babetimi be through birth.
Okay, be patch or Debbie.
Okay.
Fortunately for us, no, and yeah, your friend is saying it is not transmitted.
Okay.
Cancer, no, and yeah, real sign, and you're communicable and you're transmitted. In some many will be not so what, and no interest say abofrano so obey be. Aha, at worst, no, it be obeying heritage gene, no, but no interest say obey be.
Okay, okay. As a cancer, yes, I had it.
In there be.
Well, we now want the now the man because it's over tricks. Okay, right. So, you did the lifestyle.
Here,
in here says, Papa. Okay, your name is Sus Beatrice of Oriata, Science of Miami, Wanego Memorial Adventist Hospital, where registered general nurse. Public health nurse, now for nurse specialist, family health. The titles, maybe one franc as a like. Okay, Obi Beka say, mo de ronema enye because at the end year one, and a be mani panel, na dream basso say, I was say, me too, and a mum bitisa. Before that, no, one would say a drew breast cancer, because oh. Breast cancer out to me call hospital free. Eba check care ma be free. Nti e no no wo nipa dwem so e dey anze me call kra na miniska metimi aye. On cancer in general no so wo hospital so me pese me check say bibi wo ha. No so betwe ska na say free.
Me pacho in general dear. Dey betumi aye achew breast cancer screening no. no, we don't need machines. No, dear, wow, once and I would be okay, bet me I know fee a detect. But aside that, no, most of the other cancers, here say ye be labs, ye be MRI, then ye money maybe. Intimacy, buy and ye free, sir. Esi kaka crazy dear, ubetia. Intim patrol, Oba Hospital, now dear no sir, na she would trim.
Nti ya ube here say you were you be check up. Ghana for a check up cool. Obi yare on yare I want or you fine or be sorry na pase or call hospital science nurse ma ba hwehwe me mpom hwese me okay. Any other you continue drum where at one hours.
Any other but very necessary. Okay. From time to time, be a local hospital, I share your poem day.
Okay.
And when the choir, ye fasu, any public bri, almost fasu who say, A be I be ba or my quema na be to check up a day, a key. Anya, yes, say, a fimuni na one co hospital 2 times, twice a year, 6 months, be a co hospital, now co check or poem day. Men train na wonyare ansa wonyare kra check it.
Okay. Nti so for mama cancer no you were stages na you saying.
You was stage 1, stage 2 and then stage 3. Okay. Aha, stage 1 no na say no na start for no. Stage 2 na usually after are presented with signs and symptoms. Stage 3 no be hu say after aye bad. Afi na ehone na nipa no hu sa ye den na obey eyi kakra
oya abe na manan kakra na say odu stage 3 ne dia ne ko odin mu ye na hwe
very little.
Okay ese miracle bia so for ata mo ya function 40 days bomb I am one
and they drew what dia na ye woni nyame asem. There's not much we can do. But we who know stage 1 usually interventions can be taken.
Okay. Akaka cry bi na ye bre na so. Afa na bia obi e dey afidie no ato ha, o dey ato YouTube na Facebook or share the Harvesters online network. Cancer but much of our young commodity ni mu nyina free the cancer tie mu we nyina na.
Okay. Inti yen hu se cancer ana kokram eye yare bia esuma. For most people yadwen yen maso. Enye yare a editipa yenam ena enye yare a ede yawunam. Inti se wa ma wadwen ya nkoso wa ma weni anna ho a ebe fa o se rapture no. Weni beba ho so no na yare na chew. Inti bra ye wa hodi interventions and the sise ye bia bebo ye ho ban every cancer ho no moma yintu anamo na yenye say ye hwe ye didie ye say ye exercise say ye hwe ye ho ye yenchin die esitire die bibi biara ye beye na ye dia prevent ye ho from cancer no moma yintu ho anamo na yen prevent yare.
All right. Antina, so be the message about Emmanuel or say do mobile phones or Wi-Fi cause cancer?
Actual radiation has been proven say they contribute to cancer. And I make so says our radiation so you treat cancer. Yes, it has been proven to cause cancer, but that's another conversation on its own.
Say mama no more the phones show mo yeah dey nyina no
yeah da na phone da ya pampem not
a twe no ho kra
almost think I dump a phone in that separate room other than your bedroom. Sana ye ka
what I don't know you need to mobile phone you say ya
na ya da.
Okay, so Anthony, so final comments to your viewers, then I'll be catch on your topic I discuss in there.
Good life. Let's live it well. You only live once. Make the best of it whilst you're here. Kokram ye yare bia wunya pe ene wabra bo nyina asesa. sɛ wonduru stage 3 po na yɛ kakyere wa yɛmhyehyɛ no nko abo ɛma w'abrabɔ sesa nti yɛabrabɔ a yɛwɔ ani momma yɛnya ho abotrɛ na yɛnya ho nyansa na yɛmfa ntena hɔ ɛnkyɛ.
Okay. Mrs. Beatrice Oforiata, and you may the Harvesters Online Network for your Darcy Piece when you are a check. Maybe check up for hospital.
Oh,
I win to me, bam, now. Okay, I'm quite
I am right. One thing I owe.
Okay, at the end, my young fire and the topic for discussion. And fancy, I name Mrs. Beatrice Oforiata or Nego Memorial Adventist Hospital, Takrady, or a registered general nurse, public health nurse, and our nurse specialist, a family health. And I need a dean come about cancer. And so, Mr. Jebre, na san share trebio, na share someone who are candia train. A cancer, or mamma Yatia says, who treats in a dean. That is a Casembe Como or no. Nti ending kan yɛ mmɔ yɛn ho ban tɛntɛm na yɛn mmɔ mpaeɛ nso sɛ nyame mmoa yɛn na cancer yadeɛ bia wonyi free akwan mu na yɛntimi nya ahoɔden na yɛmfa nsom no ɛno nti yɛde aseda bɛma ahwɛfoɔ on YouTube, the Harvesters Online Network, and Facebook, the Harvesters Online Network, and other platforms ahodoɔ no nyinaa yɛde aseda bioma Chief Executive Producer Pastor Joe Shafati Awedru and afei Brother Kingsley and Ata, the body bar, your cosa, and I boom. So, one more a boy. I feel, and she answers so ma software of Oriata, what they are more than a tar of my mere papa panny and they did and come on a baby. And the social who see your mammy said the bear, been out one day, and I assign shame of you. A friend of papa, I draw of you. Now, me, I don't want to be saying she that for first, Madame.